Hello, it is Topical Tuesday, April 26th, I think it is, 2022. Steve Sipress here. And today I'm talking about Twitter. And I could talk about Twitter tomorrow on World Wide Web Wednesday or on Saturday on Social Media Saturday. But it's also appropriate here on Topical Tuesday because it is definitely in the news since Elon Musk's takeover is now near completion, pending whatever obligatory government oversight, some kind of an okay of the deal, whatever. But almost a near certainty that this deal goes through, and Elon Musk will be taking over Twitter and owning it personally. He doesn't need to sell stock to grow the company like the other tech billionaires who became billionaires because of their platforms, like Zuckerberg and Google and others. He became a billionaire first and then bought the social media platform. But anyway, I first signed on to Twitter, I don't know, I think in around 2008 or 9, maybe 13, 14 years ago. At one point had it up to about 60,000 followers, then stopped paying attention to it. It went down to about 30,000. And for some reason, were still following me, even though I wasn't tweeting anything. And I really, the only thing I ever got out of it really was, which is, of course, good thing, were some invitations through the media to speak at events. And I wrote a guest column on chicagobusiness.com. Well, this is back when I lived up in Chicago. I was first on Twitter. And I got invited through a direct message on Twitter. And I took up the offer to write a guest weekly column every week for a year on chicagobusiness.com, Crane's Business. Got some other invitations through the media, got interviewed on radio, TV, newspapers, other publications, on and on and on. But that's pretty much all that ever came to me from it, other than, again, having these followers following my stuff. But really, those are the main users of the site. So, Elon Musk, in typical successful entrepreneur bluster fashion, claims it is the town square of the world or of the nation or of the whatever. And of course, it is not. Because if Twitter disappeared tomorrow, no one would care. Again, other than the media, and they'd find somewhere else to go anyway. Politicians, media, people who have the inflated egos and have inflated self-importance and think that they move the needle and change the world and they're so important and the rest of us don't matter. They love Twitter. So what happens is every time, for instance, I wasn't one of the, 80, 90, 100 million followers of Trump on Twitter, who had to be. Like, anytime he tweeted something ridiculous, it went all over other media. I saw it posted on Facebook, and certainly saw it on the anti-Trump and the pro-Trump, cable news and platforms and websites and on and on and on. So, and now I've heard, at least for now, not that he's ever changed his mind, has he? That Trump says he's not coming back on Twitter. I think that might be some kind of an attempt to save his own Truth Social platform full of all kinds of problems in its launch. Trump claiming he's not coming back onto Twitter. And if that happens, I have a feeling he'd be invited by Musk, who is against stupidity and lying and BS, and is therefore in favor of letting people speak. Like, I know this is a foreign concept here in modern United States, this free speech thing. Like, why do we need that anyway? But man, I'm gonna miss Trump. No more late night falling asleep kafifi tweets or railing at celebrities for no reason at all when you're president. I shouldn't say for no reason at all. Of course, he has a reason for everything he does, but president of the United States railing about some kind of celebrity nonsense, like, who cares? But anyway, that's Trump. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be other reasons to be on there. I'm looking forward to just being on there, and unlike in this video, which I'm recording on Facebook Live, and I will post onto YouTube, and I will post onto LinkedIn, and I'll put it up on my blog and my podcast and all over different groups and pages I run on Facebook. We are back. I have a terrible internet connection up here in the mountains in my own home. Can barely use my cell phone or the internet on a Wi-Fi in my own home. But anyway, now on the inside, and that'll be my hint to finish up. Where was I? Anyway, I'll get back on Twitter. I'm looking forward to following some of the accounts. I posted something on my Facebook today. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say, that I have to be extremely careful what I say in these videos about anything that approaches anything near the truth about sensitive, leftist, big government, authoritarian, arbitrary, controlling, topics like we went through for the last 2 years. I've had 2 warnings on YouTube, and I've had videos taken down there and taken down on Facebook and been shadow banned and all kinds of things. And, my reach has been completely destroyed on all the social media because of truthful statements that I made over the last couple of years about a sensitive topic to the big authoritarian, big government, shutdown, fear mongers. They don't like the truth. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on Twitter. And I'm sure, does he have an account? He must, Fraudgy and CDC and these other lying, people that have caused more harm, more damage, more death than the coronavirus ever could have in a million years. See, now when I put this video now on YouTube for saying that, am I going to get banned, taken down? I have a feeling I'll be allowed to speak the truth like that on Twitter. So looking forward to seeing some truth tellers on there, seeing what some of the non-truth tellers have to say, see what the blowhards on both sides have to say. I posted onto my Facebook today, I saw one of my friends or one of my clients, I forget who, posted a graphic on their Facebook page, and I shared it to mine, showing the campaign contributions from like 20 big websites. And I think Netflix was at the top of the list with like 99 point something percent of employee contributions going to Democrats. And right behind it was Twitter at 98 point something percent. So are you shocked that Netflix is crumbling, that Twitter is a mess, needed to be bought out by someone who has some sense? By the way, business lesson, if you ever have a company and Elon Musk offers to come in and help run it or buy it or whatever, time to rejoice. The world's #1 entrepreneur, the richest person on earth, arguably the smartest business person in the history of Earth, is taking over Twitter. Who knows what he's going to do? Talk about changing his mind all the time. That's what entrepreneurs do. However, he says, first he wants to open it up to be free speech instead of this 99% leftist, Marxist crap site that it's become. I would love to see if he, I'm sure they have to do some kind of content moderation, right? If you post something like, I'm going to kill you, or some, child trafficking, like what's going on our southern border, and you post that you're going to help with that stuff or whatever, and that's illegal. I'm sure that has to be taken down, but it'd be really cool to see, is it even possible? I guess it's possible, to hire some youth, some young people that would work at a tech company and do a job like that, programming and whatever, that are not leftist, Marxist, brainwashed idiots. So that'd be interesting to see. I'd love to be in meetings where there's arguments going back and forth between pro-free speech and anti-free speech, right? Like, hey, Trump should be on the thing and on the platform, and the other side going like, no, he's dangerous, and oh, that would be too much democracy for us to handle. You mean the people might hear what somebody says and like it and vote for that person? We can't have that happen. That's democracy, but we'll just call it anti-democracy. That's it. Anyway, so I went to log back into Twitter, my circuitous route here back to Twitter. I remember being off it for a while, logging in about a year ago and seeing that my account had been hacked and was gone, and my 60,000 or 30,000 followers or whatever were gone, and the 40 or 50 that I was following on my friends and a few other people, that was all gone. But somehow I logged back in, and when I just logged back in today, I noticed that I don't have my old account back. So I sent a message to the Twitter support, see if I can get my old account back. Not that it matters, who cares? And again, I don't really care about all those followers that followed me way back and who knows and whatever, and probably a quarter of them are bots anyway, because, the site is, or has been up until the Musk era, has been a cesspool of crap. But I did notice that my now Twitter handle, ID, whatever it's called, is at Sipress Steve. And originally when I signed up, of course, it was at Steve Sipress, like it is on every other site, on Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm LinkedIn/Steve Sipress. I'm Facebook/Steve Sipress. I was Twitter/Steve Sipress. Now apparently I'm at Sipress Steve. So again, who cares? I don't see myself tweeting a lot other than retweeting some fun stuff. But I did put in a thing and got the typical big tech customer support response of like, yeah, we'll respond if we feel like it in a few days. Don't hold your breath. I paraphrase, of course, but it was something like that. So for now, I'll just leave it alone. I'll check back in another week or so, or let's see if I do get an email from them with some kind of, do I get to have at Steve Sipress? Will it be at Cypress Steve? Either way, you can follow me if you want, but I at least for now, I don't see any reason to do that, but I am going to have some fun with the site. It's going to be interesting, as it is with Tesla, SpaceX. I don't plan ever to drive a Tesla. I don't plan ever to go to Mars or outer space or whatever, but it's fun to follow anything that Elon Musk does, of course. As a sharp entrepreneur or a wannabe sharp entrepreneur, you should want to follow the dealings, the comings and goings, and whatever's going on with the top entrepreneurs, of which Elon Musk is number one. Therefore, I'm totally excited that he has taken over Twitter. I think not only will he, of course, I think he already has, just by taking over, made it more friendly to truth and free speech. I also think, even though he says it's not about economics right now, he will absolutely find a way to monetize that thing. And if there was stock, the stock would go way up. If now it'll be privately owned, but if profits were publicized, it'll make a lot of money because it's Elon Musk running the thing, the world's number one entrepreneur. Anyway, that'll do it for World. It's not Worldwide Wednesday. It's Topical Tuesday, even though I'm talking about something on the web. I'll be back tomorrow, and let's see if I talk about Twitter again tomorrow on World Wide Web Wednesday. Tune in and see. Thanks for being here today. I'll catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.